Okay. Hello, this is Zach and
Rex.
and today we're going to be showing off the game that we've made for the semester. And before we do that, we're going to kind of go through a little bit of our code and show a little bit what's going on behind the scenes.
Okay.
All right. So here is our map frame. This is basically where the game. It's most of the code for the game for the GUI interface is in map frame, and so when map frame is initiated, this is the code that's executed. And we have to get the model, and then we have to start. So basically, like, we have a few examples of this, like right here. We have some functions that'll throw an exception. So in this case, for the start new game function, we threw a custom, an exception with a custom class, and so we had to do a try catch statement to catch that, and so if it does catch that, we get a message displayed and that. So if there's something wrong with that, which there shouldn't be, but in case there is. All right, so get the game, the maps. So the map has the different rooms and the locations of the squares within that room. Okay. So, all right. So in order to populate the tables, we collect this is an array holding the icons for the different squares, because we have our interface set up so instead of displaying text in the table cells, we have it displaying images. And so in order to set up the table correctly, we need this collection of the icons and then a collection of the columns in the table, which are their own objects. And then we set the values for those columns in this function here, and comes standard with that comes standard with Java, so I won't go into too much detail with that. And then we render the map, and this function will render the map and display all the images on the graph, which we'll see later as we display the game. All right, so, and here we have the getIcon function, which is called in the getTableData function, like right here. And this is, in order to populate this array with the different icons, we have this function is called here. And so for getIcon, we have, so basically what this does is the scene has a description which is represented as a string. And so based on the description, it'll return the appropriate icon for the cell on the graph. And so here we have the image. This will get the image, and this is the relative URL to get that. And so because getImage throws an exception so this will be thrown whenever, like for some reason, if it's not able to read this file, this URL, then this code will be executed. So it'll print the get message and then the stack trace to show, kind of to help us see what went wrong. All right. And then here, new image icon. So this turns the image into an icon here and puts it into the value object. And then, so for here we have it for walls, and then players, and then for all the different tiles that we'll have, there's a different image, and this just sets it appropriately. Okay. So, all right. So that's probably about as much of the code as we'll get into right now, as much as we have time for. So do you want to switch over there?
Yeah. in doing the GUIs.
So I'm going to talk about what we need to improve on. So
Okay.
back to the video of us.
Oh, okay. So let me switch to my face first.
What? Oh, you showed an image of this image. Okay.
All right. So what I have learned like a lot of stuff about Java. First of all, like the first impression for Java for me, I thought is the same as JavaScript. But they have similar features, but they're not the same. I've learned a lot how to use an array and to make a dimensional like a map or whatever. Learn how to use the function, execute the code. Um, Also, want to create uh, like the error message and customize everything. And how to actually apply it in a program and create a game. Yep, that's what I learned.
Okay. And yeah, I learned a lot of the things with him too. My background's a little bit different than his. I was previously a CS major, so I had a lot of experience programming in C++, and it was just interesting to see how to program in Java and the differences. And it's also interesting to work with an IDE as opposed to just a console. And so, um, so yeah, so I learned a lot this semester, and I think there are a few things that we need to work on. I think a lot of the problems that we had with our code is we probably didn't plan it out as well as we probably should have and give us a clear picture. So what that means is we ended up having a lot of code in our program that we don't even use. And so if I were to do this again, I think one thing I would do is just to have a clear picture of what the final product was going to be. And I'd also still struggle with some exception handling quite a bit. I get the basic idea and kind of how to handle exceptions, but it's still very basic knowledge. So
Yeah. I have the same problem with exception as well. At first, it's hard to understand the concept and implement it into our program, and it's hard to catch the idea of the layers, like of exception and all the customized errors and how to use exception to prevent those errors. So sometimes I'm struggling with the English and the CIT words and some of the yes, just computer programming stuff. But so far, through the team assignment, individual assignments, I understand a lot. So I think some improvement to do is to uh, to actually work on it more, and so to know like what exactly I need to do with a program when I like create one. And yep.
yeah, and I think for both of us, this was the first time programming as a team as opposed to ourselves. So
Yeah.
that had its own set of challenges as well. Okay, so I think we are ready to show off our game.
Okay. Oh, we didn't talk about the GUI swing model.
And it's the ceiling model is all part of this.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I want to talk a little bit about this swing library first. So here, when we create this menu of the program and all the images and stuff, we use a library over here. So we use panel to create this box to put a table in and create like all kinds of stuff from here, and we call it the swing library. And this swing control allows us to put labels and buttons and text area and scroll bar, whatever in it. So we can make in the image a text and put text in it and to make the program more look more nice. and more interesting for the user when they use it instead of just a bunch of codes. So, and over here we got the event section. So in the event section, when we put for example, a label in, we can put an action perform, a key press, in order to make it like words or cooperate with the codes that we in the game control classes. So here, mouse click, all kinds of this stuff. So
yeah, and so for our game, you'll notice this table is where the map will be displayed, and you'll see the images when we run the program. And we have an event set up for these buttons, which is how the player will move. And so if I click on it here, you can see that I've set an action performed, which will activate the function in the code associated with that button whenever the button's pressed. And so these will move the player, and these will, and yeah, we'll show these off too, which will show the weapons and inventory that is stored for the player. So.
Okay. And now we're going to show you the game and run it.
All right.
So.
Able to see the game.
So. Let's see. So over here, we use here we type in a name first. When you put nothing in it, it's going to show you an error. So put my name, and over here we have the game menu, and you have a customized message and a picture for that. And there's a help menu to help you understand like what's the goal of this game and how to move and how to access the inventory and how to use weapons, attacks and stuff. And the save game button, we're still working on it. When you exit it, of course, it's going to exit out. So for start game,
it takes them a second to load because of all the images. There we go.
Yep.
Mm.
Okay, so for here we move down and right and left and up. And here you can see as we move, the zombie is going to move as well. We implement it so it's going to be like a block. Like you can pass over it easily. And when you want to fight with it, you can actually chase him down. And then it's going to do a calculation. And it's going to come back out.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's not perfect. So, alright, we'll kind of quickly go through the game here real quick. It's got to load the next map.
And the black dot is the block, and you can't pass them.
Yeah, that's supposed to be wall.
Oh, it's the wall.
Okay, that was strange. Yep. So yeah, there's quite a number of rooms, so I'll try and get through this as quickly as. And as you can see, the zombie is quite a zombie.
Through the wall.
Breaking down the walls as he moves along. So. Alright.
Yeah, you can see there are a lot of zombies over there. You can kill them all.
Yeah, that's true. These ones can be killed. These ones aren't moving zombies. They must be. And there's a zombie sleep. So. Okay.
The
Flickering in and out of existence here. Okay. Yeah, who knows what's in the air in this post-apocalyptic world that causes people to zoom in and out of existence. Okay.
so
And we're getting close. There's just a few more rooms until we get to the end. So. Down, left, and okay.
I think there's one more. That's it.
Yeah, we're getting near the end.
I think so.
So the program's not perfect, as you can see, but a lot of work went into it. All right, and finally we're on the last level, and this is the cure that you're supposed to get, is that little potion there in the corner. So I'll grab that, and then we will be done with this game.
When you
Victory is ours.
yeah. So when you're done, you just close it all and that's out the game.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that, and all right, and goodbye.
Uh,
Yeah, but end it.